as we continue the tournament for the television championship. Hello, everyone. Craig Johnson along with Scott Hudson. 4 men have already advanced to the second round. 4 more men will advance on this afternoon's card.
Last week we saw Billy Black, Randy Rhodes, the Patriot, and Wild Bill Irwin advance in the tournament. After today's show, 4 more men will be advancing in our tournament, Craig.
We will recap the situation of Muckin Singh, and he will make his debut in the ring. We will also see Rip Rogers in first round action. And the match I'm looking forward to, Pretty Boy Doug Summers, a very good tag team competitor, not a bad singles competitor, going against Chris Walker.
Chris Conan Walker, muscled up, just muscles on top of muscles, muscles I don't even have places, taking on the wily ring veteran, Doug Summers.
We're going to recap the action from last time when we return, and then get ready for a lot of action coming up from the GWF. Stay tuned.
This ESPN Network program is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. With that distinctively clean, crisp, cold taste, nothing beats a Bud.
It's Summer Thunder. IBF Junior Lightweight Champion Tony Lopez battles Lupe Gutierrez and undefeated European Champion Lennox Lewis versus Mike Weaver. Summer Thunder, live July 12th, only on pay-per-view. Brought to you by TVKO and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
An earnest young singer named Headley interrupted his usual medley. A fire in my pants. Ooh, it feels like red ants, and it's leaving my crotch looking redly.
Croax kills jock itch fungus.
At last they're here. New Butterfinger ice cream bars.
Hi, dudes.
Crispity crunchy outside, creamy ice cream inside.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Some great action on the last edition.
Absolutely, Craig. 4 men advancing, as we said in the earlier segment. We're going to see 4 more men advance today, but last week was such a great show.
Well, let's take a look and see the action from last time.
And Billy Black now coming back, and whoa! A big super kick drops the Diaz in the middle of the ring.
Scott, you remember I was telling you about the Japanese moves, Americanizing them a little bit? There you see the savate kick, one of the first moves I'm sure we'll see.
Billy Black has a repertoire of wrestling, and there's a move I don't think has a lot of wrestling to it at all. The old punch right to the old jaw there.
That's from the Badlands of Texas, and now this is a very bad move from the man from the Badlands.
Well, Billy Black has a wide repertoire of wrestling moves he can use in that ring. He can come at you from any direction. He can use any move to beat you. And Brian Adias now feeling the brunt of the Black attack.
It seems that Brian Adias' vision is slightly less than 20/20, and now it might be a little cockeyed after that. Slam into the turnbuckle, to the ropes goes Brian Adias. 3 points. Billy Black falls down in the end zone. And Adias thinks that he's back in his days with the Mavericks from UTA. One more kick. I don't think he was a kicker, though. I think he was playing wide receiver at the time.
Well, he could have been a kicker on my team right there with a boot like that to a big man like Billy Black, and he brought him up off the mat.
The elbow. Oh, my.
Billy Black almost turned a complete flip in the ring, and here goes Adias to the top. This could be the end of Billy Black's very short attempt to win the global television title. Oh, he got his knees up.
The knees are up. And he's got a hold of the tights, but it's a count of 3. Well, we see why they call him the bad boy.
Wow, what a chop. Sweet Daddy Falcon drops like a rock in the center of the ring. And we can't sell Randy Rhodes short. We talk about who he looks like and making fun of the guy, but doggone, if he's not a good wrestler, he just dropped Big Sweet Daddy right in the middle of the ring with that chop.
Trying to take some of the air out of Sweet Daddy Falcon. If you can get the air out of the man, you can take a lot of energy out. That's exactly what Randy Rhodes is doing now to Sweet Daddy. Elbow to the top of the head. That's a little hard, apparently, according to Randy Rhodes.
Well, I'll tell you what, that elbow doesn't appear to be bionic because it hasn't dropped Sweet Daddy Falcon like that chop did earlier.
After our feature on Norman, we'll go to the news center. We'll have the fans' question as Bonnie Blackstone joins us. We'll see the Patriot in action against Stan Lane. Of course, his manager, Jim Cornette, at ringside. Sweet Daddy Falcone says Randy Rhodes down to the mat. Thinks he has it. Count of one, count of two. But Randy Rhodes somehow gets up. We will also see Phantasma against Wild Bill Irwin. Phantasma, one of the biggest stars of Lucha Libre in Mexico.
Can't wait to see Phantasma make his debut here in the Global Wrestling Federation, Craig. Lucha Libre, one of the great wrestling organizations in the world. Very, very exciting. It's going to be a great match later on today.
Bulldog by Randy Rhodes. You might say good night to Sweet Daddy. Good night, Sweet Daddy. Trading blows. Stan Lane and the Patriot. The Patriot coming with a big left from the West Coast.
That'll take a big man down right there anytime. The old thumb to the eye, and the Patriot is thrown into the corner. Lane comes in, he misses.
Uh-oh. In the corner, Sweet Stan, the Patriot, really pumping himself up. To the ropes, elbow by the Patriot. What an impressive wrestler, and the Patriot, big clothesline. The fans absolutely loving the man in red, white, and blue. To the ropes again. Big drop kick.
A man who is 6'6", 280, up into the air for the big drop kick, but Lane barely gets that foot on the rope. You've got to be impressed with the Patriot.
Lane sends him in. Oh, Cornette. Advantage Cornette. As he and Stan Lane seem to think that this is match point.
Oh, this is horrible. Jim Cornette just waylaid the Patriot from behind with that racket.
No! You were talking about 2 9/10. How about 2.99 there?
Oh, my goodness. It was too close. The Patriot barely out of it. Lane. Oh, we can't get him up.
Oh, Cornette goes down. Roll up. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
The red, white, and blue coming through. Going after the masked man from Mexico, and you're talking about, when you talk about Mexican wrestling, the mask, the source of pride for all Mexican wrestlers, and that's a source of pride right there. Watch out. Phantasma looking for Wild Bill Irwin. Don't look now. There it goes.
Oh, my goodness.
A flying cross-body block over the top rope.
What a move by Phantasma. That may have hurt Phantasma worse than it hurt Bill Irwin, but neither one of those guys are getting up. Referee James Beard counting both men out of the ring now. One of them needs to get back into the ring to beat this count, but Phantasma with that beautiful high cross body outside of the ring from inside of the ring. What a move, Craig.
Phantasma breaking the count unintentionally by being close to the rope. Phantasma gets him with a flying forearm. Unos, dos, but not a count of 3.
Oh, boy.
Phantasma now with the best of Wild Bill. Watch out. Bill almost meeting the turnbuckle. He's got the whip in his hand. Phantasma gets the whip into the midsection. Bill Irwin turning the tide.
They don't have whips in Lucha Libre, Craig. I don't think Phantasma's ever had to deal with anything like that as Bill Irwin introduces that foreign object into the ring, and Phantasma now being had at the hands of Bill Irwin.
Thank you for not saying the global object. Oh. There's the gut-wrench suplex. Count of 1, count of 2, count of 3.
Hi, this is Ernie Harwell with a word about the independent agents who represent Citizens Insurance Company. At Citizens, we offer a full range of property and liability protection for autos, homes, boats, and businesses. But we know that it's our statewide network of independent agents that really makes insurance work for you. Citizens takes pride in working with some of Michigan's finest independent insurance agents. knowledgeable professional agents. Agents who live in and understand the needs of their local communities. Chances are you may already know one. So if you're looking for auto, home, boat, or business insurance, talk to someone you can trust, your local independent Citizens agent.
Working together since 1973, Citizens Insurance Company and the Harbor Brand agencies provide quality insurance protection for all of your insurance needs. For your home, boat, auto, and business. The Harbor Brand agencies, known for the company we keep.
Ruben Sierra leads the Texas Rangers stampede through the AL West. Joe Carter pilots the high-flying first-place Blue Jays. The Rangers beat the Blue Jays live at 8 Eastern on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
Terry Garvin making his way to the ring, and I have to give this man a lot of credit. A lot of people remember him as half of the tag team of Beauty and the Beast. Well, this man has shed that image, put on some big-time muscles, and is ready for action, has become a fan favorite here in the GWF.
He shed a lot of things, including an awful lot of hair, Craig, because last time we saw Terry Garvin, he had hair down to, well, a lot longer than it is now.
Going against the Zebra Kid from the proverbial parts unknown, and I'm not exactly sure about the background of the Zebra Kid, other than the fact that he just got Terry Garvin very, very, very mad.
That's not a good thing to do, because Terry Garvin, we can talk about his haircut, we can talk about his attitude change, but there's one thing that he has not changed, and that's his, what can we say here, Craig? His little short temper, his short fuse. He will absolutely punch the ticket of the person who makes him mad.
One thing about Terry Garvin, his spinning bulldog is one of the most awesome finishers in wrestling. And quite frankly, the Zebra Kid looks about the perfect size man to pull it on.
Absolutely. A spinning bulldog usually starts to throw up about the fourth or fifth spin, but I don't think it's going to take 4 or 5 to put the Zebra Kid down, because Terry Garvin is on a roll. He's part of the Global Wrestling Federation Television Championship Tournament, and boy, is it a great tournament. Cards and letters pouring in, talking about how great the Global Wrestling Federation is. After the last time we had the first 4 matches in the tournament, this time 4 more matches. Here's the first of the 4, Terry Garvin and the Zebra Kid.
Of course, the fax machine has been busy all day. Terry Garvin. Whoa! The fans very impressed with a man originally from Louisville, Kentucky.
But Louisville's got enough to be proud of with Jim Cornette, though.
Proud?
Well,
whatever you say. The Zebra Kid climbing back into the ring, waiting for him is Terry Garvin. Garvin in his hot pink tights, but is a famous wrestler from the LPWA once told me it takes a real man to wear hot pink. Well, because they can.
Well, as to quote another famous announcer, Terry Garvin is all man and a yard wide, and he's also taken the measure of the Zebra Kid in this Global Wrestling Federation television tournament.
What great chain wrestling moves by Terry Garvin.
Terry Garvin, the Garvin name, storied, long history of just great wrestling action. The Garvin name, Terry Garvin just picking it right up and taking it right on into the 90s with the GWF.
A lot of action still to come on this edition, as we will see Private Terry Daniels against Muck and Sing.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. We will see Chris Walker take on Doug Summers, and the Hitman goes against Rip Rogers.
Now, where in the world do they find the Hitman? Where do they come up with these people?
Actually, the Hitman is a very popular wrestler up in the Midwest. Ironically enough, a guy with the name The Hitman is actually a fan favorite up there. We'll see what happens when he comes down here.
Unbelievable. People coming in from all over the country and all over the world, certainly to the Global Wrestling Federation. What a great time it is to be a wrestling fan, to see all these new people coming into wrestling.
Oh, a clothesline attempted by the Zebra Kid, but nay, said Terry Garvin as we moved around and got the arm bar.
Single arm takedown as Terry Garvin wraps up the left wing there of the Zebra Kid, the left hoof, if you would, please. of the Zebra Kid. Takes him down. Lots of this good mat work. Terry Garvin knows those 5 points of balance. The head, the 2 arms, the 2 legs. He has got one of those arms working on it. But now the Zebra Kid coming back, trying to take the measure of Terry Garvin.
The Zebra Kid, reversal by Garvin. There's a possible DDT coming. Hello.
Nobody's going to get up from that.
It's time to go to the glue factory for the Zebra Kid. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Terry Garvin.
Now let's go down to Joe Pedicino. He's standing by with Big Bully Busick.
All right, he is from Powerhouse Hill, and we might remind you that there's no smoking in the Global Dome. His name is Big Bully Busick, and the most controversial move in wrestling today is the heart punch.
Right here in the Global Wrestling Federation, Joe Pedicino, and it's my pleasure to be here, and there's no controversy. If there was controversy, people like you, Bonnie Blackstone, and the rest of these cronies out here would be filing protests. It's a bully blaster owned by the most powerful man in professional wrestling. And you people don't start with that Mario either.
All right, they say that he looks a lot like Mario. I don't know why.
Hey, what is it with this? Who is Mario anyway? What is this, a Nintendo commercial?
All right, all I know is your opponents say that it's a heart punch, and when you use the heart punch in the ring...
These people cut it out. I want to get the security. I want all these people out of here right now.
We'll be back with more on the Global Wrestling Federation.
My name happens to be George Washington.
2 big liars.
Eddie Al, this is Fred Nesselberg.
One's a professional.
Give me $50 for gas.
The other's pathological.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Nobody ever got anywhere lying.
Boy, that was good beer.
Like these 2.
Whoa! Hey, you can bank on it.
Gene Wilder.
That actually feels good.
Richard Pryor. Another You. Rated R. Starts Friday, July 26th at a theater near you.
Live, top-ranked boxing on ESPN. The place where fighters have stepped into the ring as unknown, made the right connection, and emerged as champions.
You're gonna knock him off to win this, all right?
It's a humdinger night of knockout artists on Top Rank Boxing. Heavyweights Alex Garcia and Jerry Goff unload their knockout punches. Live Thursday night at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
Now entering the ring from Karachi, Pakistan, Magan Singh.
Well, we used to know him as Norman. Let's find out what happened to make this transformation.
He's looking a little bit different than I'm used to seeing him. Maybe we'll get an explanation. When we were in the NWA together, one of my best buddies, Norman, it's great to see you here in the Global Wrestling Federation.
First of all, I'm not your buddy, Pedicino, so shut up. I haven't been your buddy for a few months now. I'll tell you something. I got myself associated with the boss, and the boss told me one thing. He said, forget about Norman, forget about these...
Wait, Norman!
And forget about these snot-nosed people. I'll tell you something, I don't care. You know what? The Americans proved one thing to me several months ago. They got to go over to Persian Gulf, take 500,000 soldiers and $10 million of my tax money to beat a country the size of Rhode Island. I'm not too proud of any of that, Pedicino. I'm not too proud of you.
Norman, I don't understand. Well, I mean, you used to bring out teddy bears, and all the kids would give you teddy bears, and when the kids found out you were going to be here tonight, there's got to be 100 teddy bears here for you tonight. And, I mean...
You know,
I'm in shock.
You take all 100 teddy bears and add them up, they add up to more IQ than is in this building, Pedicino. I don't need to worry about teddy bears. I don't need to worry about little kids running up and wiping their dirty nose on my pant legs anymore, and I don't need no more toys. The only toy I'm going to have is anybody that wants to climb in that ring with me. The boss told me to beat him and drag him around like a toy.
You keep talking about the boss. Who is this boss?
Once you like to know, Pedicino, you're always snooping around. You want to know everything. You'll know soon enough, Pedicino. After victory, after victory, after victory, and the boss gets happier and happier, and the money keeps coming in my pocket, then maybe I'll have to bring the boss out. Maybe give a roll of nickels to you, Pedicino, so you can buy a new tie.
Well, Norman, let me ask you a question. What is I don't understand the get-up. The new outfit, I don't understand it.
The get-up is one thing. I went back to my roots. I went back to the great Pakistan people of the world, and I dug back in my history, and the boss told me, you know something? Forget Norman. Your real name now is Mucka Singh. Mucka Singh. Can you remember that? And if you don't want to call me Mucka Singh, Pedicino, you can just call me the Great One.
All right, he's not Norman anymore. He's not the same old Norman I used to know. We'll be finding out more about the boss and about Mucka Singh in the weeks to come here on the Global Wrestling Federation. I'm in shock.
This guy is like the plastic surgeon's dream come true. He has had the makeover that would probably cost about $8 billion in any self-respecting plastic surgeon's office.
Yeah, but what is it in Pakistani currency?
I don't have the slightest idea. Probably a lot more than you or I make. But he used to be Norman. He was the teddy bear. He was the kid's favorite. He dressed up as Santa Claus, Craig. He was just the ultimate nice guy. And he comes back in here. He renounces teddy bears. He renounces the fans, the kids. He tore the head off a teddy bear, for Pete's sake.
And speaking of teddies, the man who got him out of the insane asylum was Teddy Long. He was the man that started this whole problem.
Oh, boy.
And apparently, the story goes, as I read Match Day, the program of the GWF, you're talking about a guy who said he had to be nice to keep his visa. Well, now he's got his green card. The only way Mucka Singh will leave the United States is if they throw him out on an immigration law. He can do anything he wants to in the ring.
Well, I don't think the crane has been invented that could pick this guy up to throw him anywhere, and he is just taking a measure of Private Terry Daniels in there. And Daniels is a big guy. Look at him. He's got a little development there. He's obviously spent a good deal of time in the gym, but Mucka Singh is just handling him like yesterday's garbage.
Well, they used to say Norman's losing his marbles, but he used his head there. Big body slam by Mucka Singh. Oh, no!
Oh, my God. That's got to be 450, 475 coming crashing down across the rather small neck of Private Terry Daniels, and Daniels is counting the lights down there. Now he's up, but I don't think he wants to be.
Private Terry Daniels feeling the wrath of the man from Karachi, Pakistan. Into the ropes. Good clothesline, almost tore his head off.
We have seen a change in Norman. He isn't the Norman we used to know.
No, it's Mucka Singh. I don't want him to hear us calling him Norman. He may come up and storm up here.
Well, if he can change himself from who he was before to now he's Mucka Singh, he can probably hear us up here, so we better be extra careful. I won't say that word anymore. He's Mucka Singh if that's what he wants to be. He's twice as big as I am. I'll call him whenever he wants.
Action going outside the ring. On to the interview stage. And it wasn't meant for this.
It sure wasn't.
Oh!
Good night.
That's a hardwood stage. James Beard counting, but honestly, he looked like he was pleading Mucka Singh to bring the action back in the ring.
Absolutely. Looking out for Terry Daniels. There you see Terry Daniels just good. Does he know where he is? This is the Global Dome, Private. Look up toward the ring. You'll see your opponent, Mucka Singh. If you want to run from him, I don't blame you. But now Daniels coming back in to take some more punishment at the hands of this maniacal Pakistani Mucka Singh.
Well, Private Terry Daniels, who lists his toughest match as his match against the one-man gang, may have something new to put in that column.
I think he's going to have to update his resume after this encounter with the maniacal one, Mucka Singh. I just can't get over the change in this man. He's to say he's different is an understatement, Craig. He's frightening.
Singh with both fingers. No peace sign there, just right into the eyes.
The only piece he's worried about is taking a piece of the hide of Private Terry Daniels, and now Daniels comes back with the sunset flip.
I don't think so. Oh my. No! That's what Norman used to do to finish the match. He goes, that's not it. This is not Norman. This is Mucka Singh. And from what I understand and what I've been told by his press agent, he's not finished until it's the Karachi Crunch.
Oh, my God. What could that be?
We have yet to see it, but I got a hunch we're about to see it.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Private Terry Daniels.
Can you put cast on ribs?
Well, I think this may be a discharge.
Oh. This is horrible, Craig.
The man from Pakistan winning with the Karachi Crunch.
Your winner, Makan Singh.
Coming up next, we will have the News Center, the fans question with Bonnie Blackstone. Then we'll be back with more action, including Chris Walker.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at ringside for the fight card of the century. Sports Illustrated proudly presents history's greatest knockout video with commentary from Mike Tyson. And the video is free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Call now and get ringside seats to this illustrious event. You'll witness over 40 of the most memorable, most talked about fights in boxing history. And you'll be knocked out when you hear that the video is free. Yes, it's free when you subscribe to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gives you hard-hitting stories and photos week after week. And you'll get the football preview issues and the 92 swimsuit issue. Call now and save over 55% off the cover price. You'll get 23 issues for 3 easy monthly installments of $9.99 each. For faster delivery, use your credit card. So call now. Witness Foreman versus Roman, Lewis versus Tom, Liston versus Clay, and see Mike Tyson become the youngest heavyweight champion ever. Call to order or renew today. Use your credit card. Get knockout savings on Sports Illustrated and get history's greatest knockout video free.
Jean-Claude Van Damme always makes an impact. Now, get ready for Van Damme times 2. 2 of them. Double impact. Think about it. Twin brothers. Double impact. Rated R. Feel the impact Friday, August 9th at a theater near you.
We welcome you to the Wrestling News Center, and Scott Hudson, what I really want to talk about is 4 men have advanced to the second round, but 1 man may have to wrestle up to 5 times to get to the championship match. You're also talking about if they win the coin flip, a man may only have to wrestle 4 times, getting to rest an entire match. How much of an advantage do you think that is?
Well, to briefly review the rules in the GWF Television Championship Tournament, it started off 24 wrestlers, 12 big matches. We narrowed it down to 6 matches, then to 3. We had 3 wrestlers left, and you know you can't have 1 match with 3 wrestlers. What they did was flip a coin. The winner of the coin flip gets a bye into the finals. 3 wrestlers, a coin flip. 1 of those 3 goes automatically into the championship match, thereby making 1 unfortunate wrestler someone who has to win 5 matches all through the tournament to win the television championship. The man who wins the coin flip only has to win 4.
And you're talking about a lot of rest in that period, too.
Absolutely. The average match here in Global Wrestling Federation going about 7-10 minutes, somewhere in there, especially in the tournament. They're pretty quick. We're going to have a wrestler in the finals who will have had that extra 7-10 minute break in there. That could be all the difference in the world when it comes to that championship match.
Also, if there's a case of a man getting injured, he will have that time to rest also.
That's absolutely true. The coin flip winner, and we stress that, the coin flip winner will have that extra break to get over a cauliflower ear, a black eye, a bruised nose, a bloody nose, a cut, an abrasion. It could happen that that man has that little extra time to throw him momentum-wise right toward the title.
When we come back to you on the Wrestling News Center next time, we're going to look in depth at the 8 people who have already made it to the second round and give you maybe some of our predictions as to what may go on from here. For Scott Hudson, I'm Craig Johnson. We'll be back with more action right here on Super Card.
In the Global Wrestling Federation, we're here in the Global Dome. We're surrounded with fans just like Christopher who want to get the opportunity to talk one-on-one and ask questions of their favorite wrestling fans. Christopher, you had a question. You want to go ahead and pop that one out?
Jeff Gaylord looks pretty strong, and I was wondering if he holds any records in other than pro wrestling.
All right, Jeff Gaylord, Missouri Tiger. Does he hold any records other than in professional wrestling? I'll have a chance later on in this edition to ask the Missouri Tiger and get his response.
I'm here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and wipe it off. There's no rubbing, no buffing. Look how New Finish restored a deep, hard shine to even this weather-beaten old car. You see, New Finish is not a wax. It's a space-age polymer formula that shines better and lasts longer.
And here's proof.
An independent laboratory tested New Finish against several leading brands of car polish. After simulating a full year of varying weather, New Finish had the highest gloss and actually retained 90% of its original shine. Next, we polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. After all the harsh detergents and scrubbing, the water still beads. You'll find New Finish is great for fiberglass boats, too. So get New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. And between polishings, use New Finish car wash to clean your car.
New Finish Liquid, rated #1 by leading consumer magazines, available at Sears, Woolworth, Kroger, True Value, Ace Hardware, Western Auto, Eckerd Drug, Walgreens, Kmart, and other leading stores.
Now there's a light at the end of your freezer. It's got less fat and no sugar. It's new Nestle Crunch Light. And it's got the scrunchiest taste of Nestle Crunch ice cream.
Crunch Light is scrunchiest when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch Light.
Why should you watch ESPN's Friday Night Baseball? Why ask why? Try ESPN's live Friday night doubleheader.
Pretty boy Doug Summers going against Conan Chris Walker. Talk about, did someone chisel this man? What sculptor did this man?
I think
incredible.
The big sculptor upstairs must have created this one, because I don't think the artist has been born yet that can sculpt something that perfect. Chris Walker, just a really Greek god. I've never used that cliche in my life about anything, and I think Chris Walker comes the closest to meeting that lofty description. But he's in there against a wily ring veteran. He's in there against the pretty boy, Doug Summers. Doug Summers, of course, a former AWA tag team champion. He has had a long career. I mean, Doug Summers has got to have 15, 20 years in the wrestling business, and I don't care how good a body you've got, 15, 20 years in the wrestling business is going to overcome a couple of muscles in life.
Chris Walker using the muscles there, goes into the side headlock, just absolutely putting the pressure on the pretty boy.
And I mean, when he wraps those biceps around you like he's got, and he locks those hands like that, that's pressure. You think speaking in front of a crowd is pressure. You think driving on the expressways in downtown New York City is pressure. You haven't felt pressure until Chris Walker wraps those big, good heavens, they've got to be 34-inch boa constrictors around your neck and your head like that. It just squeezes for all he's worth.
How about the Conan Crunch? That's probably what you'd call that. Chris Walker getting the best of pretty boy Doug Summers, but a little holding of the tights will help the pretty boy. We talked about Summers being a member of the AWA Tag Team Champions a few years ago. Chris Walker has held many a regional title.
He absolutely has. He's held several titles in the Georgia area. He is a former Georgia Tag Team Champion. He held one half of that championship not too very long ago. And Chris Walker has had successful tours of Japan, of Puerto Rico, of Austria. He is an international superstar, one of the many international superstars coming to the Global Wrestling Federation.
Still to come on this hour, the Hitman, the popular man from the Midwest. I understand Chicago is where he makes home. Going against Hustler Rip Rogers. By the way, that car outside, did Rip sell you that?
Well, I came into the tapings here, Craig, and I didn't have any way to get around. He rented it to me.
Oh, how much did he charge you?
Well, I kind of gave him a credit card.
Oh! Well, we'll deduct a payment out of the shoulder of pretty boy Doug Summers, and Chris Walker puts more pressure back on.
And that ring post does not give an inch, Craig. I can tell you, because I was walking past it a couple of tapings ago, and I accidentally fell and tripped. Didn't hit it very hard at all, and I'm still bruised on the upper part of my arm where I hit that thing. And Doug Summers flew in that thing at good night, 15 miles an hour when he got that good running start against Walker, and Walker moved, and I know what Summers is feeling right now.
What travel agent arranged that trip?
Not the same one that brought me out here, I can guarantee you that.
Walker keeping the pressure on the temples of pretty boy Doug Summers. Walker from Atlanta, Georgia. I understand that when he walks around Atlanta, Georgia, he's like a Pied Piper with the ladies. The ladies are following a mile behind.
It's pretty bad for traffic back in Atlanta, but it's good for Chris.
Summers, belly to back suplex. Putting the shoulders of Chris Walker to the mat. with massive force.
I hate to sound like I'm a member of the all-cliche team there, Craig, but when they're both lying on the mat, they're all the same height. And now Walker's down, and Summers trying to take the measure of it, but he drops it, and Walker out of the way. There's that experience of Summers not paying off. As Walker's youthful exuberance, he just rolled out of the way. Summers went head first into the mat, and that's got to hurt too, Craig. This isn't a trampoline they're wrestling on.
Hard as a rock in the middle. I was in there just before the matches started just to see what the new surroundings here at the Global Dome were like, and I, like you, tripped at the apron and landed right in the middle of the ring, and it's not exactly the most padded place on earth.
Well, as a wrestling fan, I think we've all had our match of the year candidates on trampolines in the neighborhood arenas, as it were, but it's a different world when you're between those ropes, Craig. This is not a bouncy give-and-take type operation. It hurts when you land on that mat, and these guys do it time and time again, and you got to admire somebody who can get up from just one of those backdrops or drop kicks or body slams.
We are here at the Global Dome, the home of the Global Wrestling Federation, a made-for-wrestling arena like you will see nowhere in the world. Craig Johnson along with Scott Hudson. This a first-round match as Chris Walker and Doug Summers just battling it out. Summers getting the best of Walker now. Gut-wrench suplex, got him over. Put him down. There's a count. No, put him on the rope, but then a count of two by Sean O'Brien.
The winner of the tournament will be the Global Wrestling Federation Television Champion. Absolutely one of the most prestigious titles in the world, bar none. You can get, you may even get like hotel discounts somewhere. That thing is so prestigious, Craig. This is the tournament with all of the top stars in professional wrestling, and these two men are two of the best, Doug Summers and Conan Chris Walker. It's hard to believe that one of these men will not advance in this tournament. This is a great opening round match.
We've got a lot more action to go. Remember, 3 men will go into the finals. There will be a coin flip. The winner of the coin flip goes straight into the championship match. The other 2 men have a playoff match. Then the championship match to determine the television champion. Count of 2 on Chris Walker by Pretty Boy Doug Summers. And Summers going to go for a little bit of punishment on the lower back.
Conceivable that one man who wins this Global Wrestling Federation Television Championship could have to win 5 matches. If he is part of that playoff match in the final round, he would have to win 5 matches to walk out of this tournament as the champion, Craig, and that is a tall order to win 5 matches in a tournament this just brimming chock full to the brim.
Speaking of a grip on the tights by Pretty Boy Doug Summers, and a little bit more punishment to the lower back. Chris Walker may see an end to his dream of the title here if Pretty Boy Doug Summers keeps on this pace of punishment.
Well, speaking of the pace, Craig, this one has taken a lot out of both men. You can see the sweat glistening on those bodies in the ring. Both men taking a couple of extra breaths in there as they've been going at it for now 4 or 5 minutes under these hot lights at the television studio, and they know what they're up against. There's also added pressure. You just kind of get tired in there, and they're going to have to reach down, find that second effort, that second win, that intangible that we just can't put a name to win this match. These are 2 great, great wrestlers.
Summers locks it in, pulls him over with a suplex.
But you see Summers, after that great offensive move, could not keep the momentum to go right out. He looks like he wants to go to the top. He couldn't do it really quick. He had to stop and catch his breath because they've just been going at it so hard. Heavy, and he misses.
Nobody home in Conan land. Chris Walker out of the way, and now Walker, is he making a mistake by going up to the top rope?
He could be setting himself up here, Craig. Summers has been around the horn. He knows what to look out for. Look at Walker, perched and ready in that top corner.
And if Summers doesn't get up, Walker may be counted out, but hello there! Oh. Cross body block, 1, 2, 3! Conan, Chris Walker will advance.
Georgia, Chris Walker!
Coming up 3-0 with a dangerous pair, Rip Rogers and Muck and Sing. Plus, we'll have the answer to the band's question when we return.
Come on, take a ride on Samplers. Mackinac Island is a magical place, the jewel of Michigan. And the best way to get there is on Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry. Smooth, fast, exciting, and easy. Come on, take a ride on Samplers. Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry. It's the easy way.
Just put your lips together and blow.
Hollywood hits, top sports events, exclusive premieres. That's TNT at night, part of what we call the good stuff.
Fans, two members of the notorious cartel, the return of the hustler Rip Rogers and the unwelcome return of the maniacal Muck and Sing.
And what's happening in the Global Wrestling Federation is that the cartel is here. The cartel is here featuring me, Hustler Rip Rogers, and the #1 super heavyweight in all the world today, Muck and Sing. And we're here in the Global Wrestling Federation to wreak havoc to anybody that gets in the cartel's way. Remember what the boss said, Muckin'.
You know something, Ripper? When the boss speaks, we all listen. The boss hands out the big money. The boss gives the orders, and we listen. You know something? It's time to show the world what a great, great trio, maybe more, we put together. It's time to rule the world once again. The boss told me, get ready, get set. It's time to destroy. Anybody who wants to climb to them ropes, anybody who wants to come in a building, anybody who wants to come in the city we're in, the state we're in, the country we're in, it's time to destroy them. Boss, we're doing it for you.
Answering some of what the Global Wrestling Federation fans want to know, Bonnie Blackstone back with you again, and the Missouri Tiger, Jeff Gaylord. Some of our fans were asking about your background. You have such an impressive physique. They want to know if you hold any weightlifting records or any type of other titles other than professional wrestling.
Yeah, Bonnie, when I was in college, I bench pressed 525 pounds for the Big 8 bench press record. And when I was in football, I had the school record of 18 tackles for a loss, which is a school record. And I also hold the Texas State bench press record at 615.
How do you currently keep up your physical regimen? What are you doing nowadays to keep your cardiovascular system in tune?
Well, in football, I had a couple knee surgeries, so I ride the stationary bike a lot. And also, we do a few wind sprints down at the stadium here at the Dallas Stadium. And also, we do a lot of regimental weight training work, which requires a great deal of cardiovascular work.
All right, here he is, the Missouri Tiger, Jeff Gaylord. Maybe this answers some of your questions.
I have to tell you about this method of exercise that helps you have a firmer stomach without sit-ups. It's called the tummy sizer method, and it was originally developed by a European doctor. Just clip on the tummy sizer and extend and contract your stomach muscles, then relax. The tummy sizer helps make sure you do this isometric exercise correctly. You work out your abdominal muscles in just minutes a day, counting your reps as you firm your stomach. What's so fabulous about the tummy sizer method is that it works great even when you're in a relaxed position.
That's why I love the tummy sizer method. It's the way I like to work out.
For a firmer stomach without sit-ups, call toll-free now from Fitness Quest.
To order, call 1-800-645-8200. Use your credit card to avoid COD charges or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4 shipping and handling to Tummy Sizer, P.O. Box 50, Department AE, Los Angeles, California.
I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. Thank you. Hershey's chocolate syrup.
Want to buy a used car? How about a Rolex watch? Maybe the Brooklyn Bridge?
He's got
This man will sell it to you.
He absolutely has anything you want. He is a hustler in the truest sense of the word. He'll sell you anything that you want to buy, I promise you. He'll sell you anything he wants to sell you, I promise you that too. This guy can sell ice to the Eskimos. He can sell anything to anybody. He's the hustler, Rip Rogers.
He's going against a man known as the Hitman from Chicago.
That's a testy-looking character there, the Hitman. And you say he's a very popular man in the Midwest from Chicago, I think you said?
And I honestly can't understand, but maybe we'll see. It will be an interesting match. Maybe Rip might sell him a plane ticket back.
He probably could. He's probably got 4 or 5 in those tights right now. He's probably trying to make a deal on in the back before he came out. That's probably why he was a little couple of seconds late getting out, trying to make a deal back there. It's the Hitman against Rip Rogers, first round action in the GWF Television Championship Tournament.
Rip Rogers, who claims to be an expert on basketball trivia, including the ABA, back when the Indiana Pacers were in the ABA.
Not long ago, huh?
Also a high school football coach at one time before getting into the sport of professional wrestling some 14 years ago. Talk about a veteran.
Absolutely. Rip Rogers, now for all the problems Rip Rogers has with his attitude, which are many, he does have a great body. To be in the business as long as he's been a wrestler, he absolutely looks like he just walked out of the gym. He could go in a bodybuilding tournament right now if he set his mind to it.
Well, he was Mr. Central USA and Mr. Southern Kentucky, 2 of his many bodybuilding titles.
Mr. Southern Kentucky, huh? I understand it was between him and Denny Crum. It was real close.
No, that was the one-on-one tournament the previous week.
I'm sorry. I've got to get those bodybuilding rules down. They're so complicated. He's in there against the Hitman, a very popular man from the Midwest, and there's a wrist takedown.
Now, the thing that I want to know about Rip Rogers, we've heard that the boss has ordered him to win this tournament.
Well,
who is the boss?
I know who my boss is. I don't know who his boss is. It could be anybody. Rip Rogers will do anything for $1. And so that pretty much means there's nobody with more than one. It could be anybody. Anybody who's got $1, Rip will work for you, or he'll try to.
I understand his contract calls, as he misses the shoulder block there, for him to get paid in a figure that ends in 99. I don't know why, but he does.
Unbelievable. He's probably got an 800 number, too.
How about a 900 number? You make money on those.
Good point.
That's free. He doesn't like anything that's free unless it's given to him, of course. The Hitman taking advantage of the hustler at the current time, and, well, there's something that could sell you a bill of goods. Take away something from you, too. Back and forth they go.
I can see what you're talking about, the Hitman. He is no Johnny-come-lately. He knows his way around that ring. He is taking it to the hustler, Rip Rogers, and I think Rip Rogers needs to spend just a little less time on the showroom floor and a little more time in the gym and or the ring, because the Hitman is in control here, Craig. Surprisingly, the Hitman taking the measure of Rip Rogers.
Now, what car did you rent from him?
I think it was a Tucker or an Edsel.
So that's what... Don't tell me you have that car. I don't want to be seen with you at dinner.
Well, that's mine out back. I think it's a Tucker. It looks like a Pacer. Somebody wrote Tucker on the door.
It says Tucker on the door?
Not bad. It's only $48 a day and 4 cents a mile.
And I understand that you're driving over 2 states from here. Well, let's get back into action into the ring. The Hitman with the armbar on the hustler and a handful of tights by Rip Rogers, taking the Hitman back into the corner. He sells the referee on a clean break, but then, of course, gives a return once, twice, 3 times to the Hitman. Rip Rogers, right into the throat.
All the weightlifting and body sculpting in the world will not make you a good wrestler if you know how to throw a good thumb to the throat.
Rogers going up to the top. Watch out. The Hitman down on the floor. Rogers getting ready to pounce. Being warned. There he goes off the top rope down onto the floor, right on to the Hitman with a double axe handle.
That hurts from any height, especially from a height of the top turnbuckle. Look at the turnbuckle in proportion to the floor. That's got to be about a 7 to 8 foot drop. Rogers, who stands about 6'2", had his hands above his head, so make that about a 13-foot drop from the apex of his hand to the back of the Hitman, and that hurts. I don't care who you are.
And there's the shoe salesman. 1, 2, 3, he's got his foot on the rope, and it looks like James Beard hesitated on the 3 count as he saw the foot on the rope out of the corner of his eye.
Good officiating there by James Beard, always keeping an eye out for Rip Rogers. We need 4 or 5 refs during a Rip Rogers match here, Craig, because there's so much going on. He could have business deals going on at ringside, and he could pay some guy $20 to come in and pull the tights on the Hitman here. You never know. We need more officials than there are fans in the crowd here for a Rip Rogers match. We just can't do that. We wouldn't have room for the TV equipment.
Rogers, who listed his weight coming into today's action at 222.22 pounds.
Good heavens.
Now getting the best of the Hitman. Down for a count of 1, count of 2, but a kick out.
How can you get that specific on a weight? I've yet to see the scales where you could have point anything, much less point 2, and then something else, another 2. How do you do that?
You mean he didn't try to sell you one?
No.
Oh, the Hitman, cross body block, 1, 2, but Rip escapes.
Barely.
Oh, from right field.
The boss would not be pleased at that, but now he will be very pleased at this as Rogers comes back with a great technical wrestling move there, a stomp on the fingers.
That's a technical wrestling move?
Well, for Rip it is. They'll sell it to you for $35. The Hitman feeling the brunt of Rip Rogers now. Hitman in the corner, kicks back at Rogers. Rogers now firing away on the Hitman. That kick had no effect on Rogers. A small package.
Well.
Rogers going for the body slam. The Hitman small package rolled him up. Count of 2. Hitman sent in now. Comes back off. Sunset flip on Rogers. Can he get him over? Oh, the strain.
No, yes. There's 1, 2. But not quite enough. Rogers. Oh, not enough strength in the bodybuilder's body. But enough strength to kick out.
That's dead weight, Craig. That's dead weight he's picking up.
There he goes again. Climbing up to the top rope. Rogers looking down. The Hitman trying to get his bearings, and this time James Beard talks Rogers out of flight number 222. That's what it says right here, 222.
He's already got that label down. Yeah, sure enough.
From his travel agent. The Hitman coming back at all. Ripped in the grip of the ropes. Escaping. The Hitman. Uh-oh.
He tried to pull out of that one. Craig, he's down 2. Oh, almost 3. You saw Rogers hesitate coming off those ropes. He tried to avoid that clothesline by the Hitman. He couldn't, and down he went for a 2 count.
Reversal by Rogers. Gets him down. DDT. This sales call may be over. 1, 2. Ring the bell and ring the cash register. Rip Rogers gets it. Your winner, Rip Rogers. We'll wrap it up when we return.
Number 1 everybody card.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at ringside for the fight card of the century. Over 40 of the greatest bouts ever. Now you can get ringside seats to this illustrious event. Sports Illustrated proudly presents history's greatest knockout video with knockout commentary from Mike Tyson. And the video is free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Witness one of the greatest fights of all time, the Thriller in Manila. See one of the best knockdown drag-out fights in middleweight history. Watch Sugar Ray get his revenge in the unforgettable No Mas fight. Do Rocky Marciano in his classic comeback against Jersey Joe Walcott. See Larry Holmes proudly and defiantly defend his heavyweight title. And you'll be knocked out when you hear that the video is free. Yes, history's greatest knockout video is free when you subscribe to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gives you jolting photos, hard-hitting stories, and the no-holds-barred truth week after week. And only Sports Illustrated gives you exclusives like the football preview issues and the 92 swimsuit issue. Call today and you can get it all at savings of over 55% off the cover price. You'll get 20 free issues for 3 easy monthly installments of $9.99 each. For faster delivery, use your credit card. Call now and witness the fight card of the century. Watch Foreman at his best and Lewis in his prime.
The left to the jaw by Lewis, pushing right to the jaw, and Khan slowly goes to the canvas.
See the infamous Phantom Punch and this famous welterweight title fight. Call today and see host Mike Tyson become the youngest fighter to ever win the heavyweight crown. Call to order or renew today. Use your credit card. Get knockout savings on Sports Illustrated and get history's greatest knockouts video free.
Wrestling fans, I am here with the nastiest guy from the Commonwealth. And let me tell you something, Axel Rotten.
Tell me,
I've heard what you did to win that Commonwealth belt.
What did you hear that I did to win the Commonwealth belt?
Well,
Joe Pedicino.
Let's just say I heard some money changed hands and that you would do anything it takes. Now, the fans want to know what the Commonwealth belt stands for in the Global Wrestling Federation. Of course, it's England and all of the Commonwealth countries, including Canada. And I understand that you had quite a successful tour of Canada recently.
Well, let me tell you this and all these people about this cultural desert you call America. Once a colony of my country, you people speak my language. So I rule the Global Wrestling Federation. Not you, not the rest of these commoners out here. It's Axel Rotten. The British Commonwealth title is what it's all about. I don't care about your global title. I don't care what pretty boys you put in my way. But Axel Rotten will be the one and only greatest British wrestler in the Global Wrestling Federation, Joe Pedicino.
Well, there may be some others that have something to say about that. We'll be back with more.
4-man advance, Terry Garvin the first with his win over the Zebra Kid.
What a great match it was between Terry Garvin. What a change in Terry Garvin. Gone are the pink feather boas and the long curly hair. He's now a not quite crew cut, but a clean cut All-American. I'm glad to see Terry Garvin advance.
Private Terry Daniels, I think, thought he might be facing Norman, but instead Muckin Singh arrived.
Oh, what a change in the man Norman. He was really popular with the fans, the teddy bears, the Santa Claus, everything. He's gone. Muckin Singh is here, and now I think we're all the worse for that.
Chris Walker against Doug Summers, a pretty even match. Once again, a case of two big men, but Walker's chiseled body comes up on top.
Absolutely. Chris Walker, I would think, would be undefeatable in this tournament. He is one of my favorites going in. We don't know how things are going to turn out. We don't know if anybody's going to be injured or what's going to happen, but Chris Walker, a beautiful athlete. Doug Summers, a ring veteran. He's held numerous titles, but he could not hold up to Chris Walker.
And Rip Rogers hustles one away from the Hitman.
Oh, Rip Rogers could sell ice to the Eskimos. He needs to put that on his tombstone. Rip Rogers stole it from the Hitman, sold it to the Hitman. You never know how Rip Rogers gets anything he has, but he did get a victory.
When we see you next time, we will have more first-round action. For Scott Hudson, Bonnie Blackstone, and Joe Pedicino, I'm Craig Johnson. See you next time as the tournament continues here on Super Card.